Where's it going to finish? Again, he's got away with it.
Yeah, and little things like that make a difference, don't they? He hasn't been setting Wilson up with easy chances. And a couple of times he could have done.
So, a touching ball, David. Didn't quite hear that, actually. I think if it's a touching ball, it's easy to play the safety. He's looking at the pot, I think. Well played. Needs to come off that cushion. Well, he deserves more than that. It's finished near the side cushion, and both brown and the yellow are tough. And I think the blue is the easier pot. Well, deserve to be on something easier than this, especially 3-2 down. But knowing Karen as we do, he's not one for shying away from these. Well played. Nice cueing. But he's overdone it.
Fine.
Played on one of the...
And we're going to go off air in about half an hour, but play will continue on the Eurosport player on both the main tables.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad either. Yeah, he was hoping just to miss the brown there. That would have been perfect. Still pretty good, though. Well, he'd like to win the frame and the match here, rather than go into a decider, obviously. Might take a little bit of time just to sort these out. A few of the colours all over the place. Well, I just wonder the red that's nearest to us on the left-hand side. Well, he's contemplating a cross double, white back into bulk. If it just misses the black, it might go in. We're not playing it at that pace, but that's not good. That's poor. So, yeah, he knows he had to miss the blue. He's given Kyron half a chance here. This pot is not easy. But it is a chance to get in. Table very awkward at the moment. Well, he hasn't had a lot of table time over the last 2.5 frames or so. It's been all Ryan Day, and you can tend to lose your rhythm a little bit when you've not been in amongst them. And from Karen's point of view, he would have preferred a clean frame rather than a scrappy one like this. But look at that. 55 is against 45% table time. Relevant really to the scoreline.
Yeah, and it also depends how the table looks when you come to it. And certainly last frame, Wilson was coming to the table and wasn't being really given chances when he could have been.
Yeah, Ryan's had a couple of nudges as well, and in this one.
Well, Wilson already today survived a decider, beat Craig Steadman this morning, 4-3.
Well, this is dangerous, looking for the gap here. Oh, that's perfect. I mean, he didn't have much room there, but played it very well indeed. Could have easily have clattered into something. See a little tap on the table from Ryan saying well played. Yep, that was excellent. Well, we like to see the centuries and the maximums go in, but this, of course, is the other side of the game. No, I just wonder whether he might take a risk here and try and go into the two reds just near the black, or would he just float it in for the pink? He could go aggressive.
Four.
Played that well.
Bit of a mixed bag last season
10.
for Karen Wilson. He was runner-up in the Indian Open, a couple of semi-finals, Belfast and Beijing, quarter-finals at the Crucible.
11.
But in between all of that, I know he wasn't too happy with patchy form, really. But in a long season, even Mark Selby can't win everything. You know, it can't come good in every tournament. Had a strong finish at Sheffield. And as I say, the business with the tip, although he's already up against it with John Higgins, it certainly didn't help him.
Well, now then, I wonder if he might play a little cannon in the red at the other side of the black. He doesn't have to do that. He can
17.
play through the gap for the pink. Still a couple of loose reds, actually. I think the one above the black will go to the right corner, so he can just wait and play on that one later. Once he's got the other one out of the way, of course. Both got good tactical games, these two, and patience as well. But I just wonder whether he's come too far with the cue ball and Ryan can see this straightish red. I mean, if he takes it on, he's bound to leave one to the middle. Ooh, I don't think that's on. If that cue ball is, what, 2 inches to the left, I think it's on, but not from there. I think he'll clip the first red. Well, here we go. He thinks he can get through. I'm not too sure.
One.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, he actually tucked it in the left-hand side of the corner of the pocket, so he got a lot of that red there. I think he's played that a little bit of check side. Keep going, keep going. Well, it was a great pot to get in. He's only 20 points behind. Yes, there's some work to be done, but this is a great chance to win the match.
9.
Lost the white. That's really a poor shot. And I thought he might have played that plain ball and tried to clip the other red into a better position and land on the pink, but well, he's still got a pot on the yellow. Will he take it? Well, it was a natural angle to come down this right-hand side. What a chance that was. It was a poor red.
Yeah, it suddenly got incredibly tense, this match. It was all free-flowing stuff earlier, but you can see, not quite biting his fingernails there, but picking away at them.
Well, you could see the annoyance in his face because he knew that was a great chance for victory.
One.
Well, he's just caught the knuckle and well, this black is tough. Still in a good position, though. Might get another chance.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure's on Wilson because he knows if he makes a mistake, it could be the end for him. It's just one of those frames that's going to take a bit of winning.
Karen Wilson 1.
Wilson 20 in front. Ken Doherty's resurgence continues. 2-1 up now, the Irishman, against Zhangander. He could actually play Jimmy White in the quarterfinals, which would be funny, I guess, because, of course, they've been given these wildcards by World Snooker to continue their careers in recognition of their contribution.
Might be a few bragging rights there. Well, he's on the yellow.
1.
And the red that's just above the black there will go. Good pot, that. Yeah, it's always nice to knock those in because you take control of the table. The problem he's got now, if he plays this plain ball, the white's going towards the middle, and if he stuns it, he might cast the brown. So I suppose plain ball medium pace towards the middle pocket would be okay. Oh, that's no good. Not sure what he was trying to do there.
Three.
That's clever. Well played. He used the way the balls was set up to push the black to the cushion. That's very clever, that. A little bit more insurance for Karen at the end of this frame.
There's the match time. It started off like a bit of an express train. It slowed down in this frame, but 92 minutes, not long for 5.5 frames of snooker. Let's not forget Fergal O'Brien and Dave Gilbert in that World Qualifier. 2 hours, 3 minutes for one frame. Longest ever frame.
Well, I think Ronnie's won a best of 11 in that.
It was actually longer than the current men's marathon record. So it's hard to see it being beaten, but I'm sure Fergal will do his best.
I'm sure they're glad that you've mentioned that. Oh, dear me, hang on though. Well, all of a sudden, it looks like the rubber's turned around a little bit. And Ryan was getting it, and now it's Karen's turn. Got away with that one. Did they have any feeding stations during that that frame there, Dave?
Well, the referee is the person you've got to feel for, really.
One.
Meanwhile, that's another good pot from distance from Ryan Day. It's been a feature of his whole day here, really. And this is another one flying in.
Yeah, he's not come back on the circuit yet, that referee. He's still recovering.
Seven.
Only 16 points behind. Again, it's an awkward table.
8.
Of course, he won't need the black. The black has gone safe. That doesn't matter to him at this stage. Green and brown together. If he gets there, it'll be about brown to blue. Oh, no. No good.
14. Ryan Day 14.
Well, I didn't quite intend it that way. The big question is, will Ryan take on this red? Well, there was your answer. It depends where it finishes. Not bad. Well, he wanted to catch the green rather than the brown, but it's still not too bad. This is awkward. Oh, well played. Ooh, don't go in there. Well, that was good cueing, considering he was hammered over the brown and green. Just thinking there, David, that last shot that Kyron played when he nudged the brown, so the green, he's just put it into a worse place for Ryan because it might be able to lay the snooker. The brown will go, but it's the green that's the problem now. Before, they both went.
Yes, I think there's a bit of snooker left in this frame yet, isn't there? Just the way the balls are, it's just a little bit awkward. And it's also tense. And these long balls now not quite finding their target from the Welshman.
Pretty good, not quite the snooker, but fairly safe.
Yeah, longest frame of the match by some distance, half an hour and counting.
Well, when they've had to, they've played some good safety. What's this? Cushion face, is it? A little bit of a kicker. Right hand side. Well, it's just gone far enough. Just too hard. And there's no way that Kyron here will put the red up and down and move green and brown. He'll leave those alone. That's his insurance. Still might go into a decider. Long double. Oh, nearly. Well, he's left this. He could drop this in with the pink. And then beyond the yellow, and it's all about sorting out the green and the brown. This is a real chance. It's no gimme. You can see the reaction there.
Yes, you can see that it means a lot suddenly. Now we're very close to the end of the match.
Do you know, I thought he might have played it the other way, actually. Where it was there, David, I thought he would have played on the pink into the same corner. Played it with a little bit more pace, rather than just dropping it in for the other middle. Well, he's angry, because he knows that was a good chance.
One.
Didn't quite get into that. He's just a little bit in between here. I think he's played on the pink to the middle. You might have to play it to the corner and the cue ball around the table. Whatever happens, it's going to be about the green and the brown. Well, I think he's going to the middle here. Great pot. And it looks like it's a good angle from the yellow to go into them. Now, he can't play this too hard because he'll miss them. He's got to play it sort of not exactly dead weight pace, but this looks like a good angle. He's got a 16-point lead. He'll need yellow, green and brown. It's all about the cannon. Unlucky.
Yes, another day, and he finishes on it. Well, the yellow doesn't come back on.
John's just got lost in the moment there.
No, he potted the pink and then the yellow.
Karen Wilson, 9.
Well, double kiss, it just, I think, underlines the nervousness out there.
Yeah, Jan Shears forgot what was happening there for a couple of minutes. Understandable. But of course, Kyron still in a very strong position here, especially with the blue and the black where they are. Oh, that's very good. Played it with the check side, left-hand side. That's excellent.
Foul and miss. Karen Wilson 4.
Well, the miss has been called. That might go back.
Yes, well, there's pressure on now because if he misses again, he needs a snooker. He's 22 behind, 25 on. So he's got to hit this. Otherwise, it's looking like a decider. And he has hit it, but where does it finish?
Yes, it's looking like a decider.
Yes, Karen Wilson, with green and brown here, surely is going to take this frame.
3.
So a nervy 6th frame, and can't see the decider being anything but nervy.
Seven.
Well, Karen's done well here because he stood his ground. He led 2-0 and Ryan came back at him strong to win 3 on the bounce. So he's done fairly well. Now will Ryan come back?
Karen Wilson
No,
7.
he's staying in his seat. A
And
much scrappier frame. It goes to Karen Wilson, so he levels up and forces a decider all square in Riga, 3 frames all. However, I'm afraid we've got to go to the